In the meantime, before we shoot the video, somebody's got to make a background for it. And Rhonda doesn't just, oh, let me slap this together. She goes, reviews the project, looks at it. That's why the backgrounds fit so well with the project, right? It's one of the reasons why we're getting so much traffic and, that this thing is blowing up. This takes a lot of work. This is not a few minutes to put this together. It could be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rhonda, several hours, right, to put some of these together just on between the thumbnail and the background. Once we get the background, then we film it, then the thumbnail. But that doesn't end there. The editing is done. And then a whole nother person, once Dawn goes in and gets it set up, or Jan gets it set up to be unpublished, and then all the SEO needs to be done on the video. That takes, anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour for the person that's doing that for us, Joe, which is an amazing, absolutely incredible individual who's helping us with this. They've got to go do that now. So there is a lot to doing it. It's why, a lot of people don't build channels. It's why we avoided building one for the longest time. We started working on it a few years ago and just said, hey, this is too much work for us with everything else we need to do. But then we've realized that, hey, we need to get a community built. Let's do a YouTube channel and drive that. However, we're going to keep driving the channel because it's working. I believe tonight will be over 200 new subs in just a little over 2 weeks, and it's building every day. We're moving up. I believe, here in the near future, we'll be up to 100 to 300 subs a day. We'll break 10,000. That'll put us in a very small percentage of all YouTube channels, and then we'll be well on our way to 100,000, which really brings you down into a very small group of YouTube channels that have over 100,000 subs. On building the community. So a couple of the members, and I didn't ask them if I can say who they are, came to us with an idea on being able to change a little bit of the way that we're doing nexWeb3 and the way Avagamis are available. And I went, wow, that's a great idea. So spent a few days thinking about it and said, wait a minute, with their concept and then an idea that I put together, melding those two together, it's like, oh, wow, this could be really something. And so we shared it with them, the new concept. I got to say, they were pretty excited. Well, first I shared it with one person. He was excited. Then I shared it with them. They were excited. Since then, I've talked to a half a dozen people, including Joe, who is a phenomenal in building home-based business organizations in the tens of thousands himself. He's retired from doing that up until tonight when I just shared with him what we're going to do. And every person that I share it with, except for one person, they didn't understand it. But once I got them to understand it, they're like, yes, I'm in, right? But I just had to get the right wording, which was great. People hearing what we're going to do, they believe we can build 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 people in the community. And I'm not going to share it with you tonight. I am going to share it to you this next Monday. We will go through, we're creating some materials for us to share it. In about 2 weeks, we'll implement the strategy. And then about 2 to 4 weeks after that, we'll actually start doing the process. But we'll get that up and going. But I truly believe we have figured out the solution for growing a community as fast as we want to grow it, fast enough to take full advantage of this bull run that is about to happen, that's about to take off. I'm really excited about it. It is going to drive everything that we're doing, all the things that we're moving forward. So we will be sharing that on Monday night from there. You guys know I went on Doug's call and I did a video on the ETF. And I know that some of us have watched videos from other YouTubers, experts, I guess they're called, that said, oh my goodness, Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000, 200,000. Oh, there's be 4 billion and come in and formulas and everything else. It has done exactly what I thought it was going to do up until the day it happened. The 11 people that had ETFs knew it was coming. They knew that it was going to be approved. So they've already been buying Bitcoin. That's the reason why Bitcoin's already up to $45,000, $46,000. Now, give this a couple weeks, maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks. And what'll happen is the Bitcoin they've bought would have been claimed by their customers. Then at that point, they'll need to go get more for more customers coming in. Also, crypto has a name that it's volatile and it's dangerous and it's all this other stuff. It will take a little bit of time for, Susan, retired grandma, to say, you know what? I think I want to move $10,000 of my retirement account into cryptocurrency. So we're right on target. The biggest thing that happened yesterday was not that the price was going to skyrocket. Not that in a week or 2 weeks it'll be $80,000 or $100,000. The biggest thing that happened last night was decentralization won over a central authority that did not want it to happen. Still today, there's stuff coming out. The SEC is still fully against cryptocurrency. However, they allowed for a Bitcoin ETF to go out through 11 organizations. And now, if you really think through the process, okay, we okayed it now. And now retirees, pension funds, Americans, right, are pouring money into this Bitcoin thing. Do you think now they can go back and say, oh, by the way, we changed our mind? No. This was the opening. I said yesterday, this is the second biggest event in Web3 history right here. The first was Satoshi mining the first block on Bitcoin, setting it all up and mining that first. That's number one. Number two is that decentralization won over the centralized authority yesterday. Now, where does that lead us with? And I know this is supposed to be a presentation, but I'm going to use it as my platform right now, okay? I already presented. I told you guys we're going to revamp nexWeb3 and we're going to blow this thing up, and you're going to be super excited about what we're doing, I hope. And we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. So here's where we're at right now. We've got to stop the thought process of crypto is a slot machine. That is why people are not getting into it. It's why Bitcoin didn't surge. Because when people talk about Bitcoin or crypto, they talk about 10 and 50 and 100Xs. And they talk about it like, oh my God, it went up and I sold it out, right? It's the language that we're using. It's the fact that we, and it includes me, we're not doing enough to reach out and use Web3 businesses and concepts to create the real revenue for it. I use Brave. It is a decentralized browser, so I get an A+ on using Brave, right? Sometimes I'm like, I have a little difficulty with it, and Chrome, would have been probably better to use. The best thing about Brave is I don't have to look at ads unless I want to. I've probably made about $50 in BAT. I don't know the total. It just goes in my wallet every month. Someday maybe BAT goes to $100 and I'm like, wow, I made thousands of dollars using it. But the real reason to use it is it's decentralized. And the more successful that becomes, then the more successful the future of Web3 becomes. There are Web3 games coming out. Look, if you're somebody who plays games on your phone, go find a Web3 game to play. Not the centralized game that's going to just, puzzle game or whatever it is. Go to the Web3 games. A lot of them we're doing videos on. Find a Web3 game. If you're going to spend an hour a day playing a game, play it in Web3. Get a card from, I don't care if it's crypto.com or from one of the other ones. Take some crypto, buy it. I know we don't like to use our crypto. I have mine right here. I can show you guys. I practice what I preach. There it is, crypto.com. Now, I haven't been using this as much as I should. I'm going to load it back up tonight, And when I go buy my gas, when I go buy my stuff, I'm going to use cryptocurrency as the base to pay for my items. Why? Because if we started to do a group of us started to do 1,000, 50,000, 100,000 more dollars every day because we're using our cards, now there's revenue. Every time the transaction fees, I'm paying transaction fees if I use my regular credit card. So why not use this one and have those fees, the majority of those fees, go to a decentralized organization? I believe in decentralization. And by owning a token is not enough. We need to use it. We need to use the services. We need to use the products that are out there. It's things like XCAD, and there's all kinds of stuff that we can start doing. And that's what I'd love for our community to do. Find usable products. So we just did a video. It'll publish tomorrow. AI malls. I don't know. I haven't gone on there and shopped yet, but it's rewards, crypto, Web3 space. Over the next few days, we're going to log in and we're going to see. And if I can shop there, I'll shop there besides Amazon. I don't care if it takes me a little bit longer to get it, right? At least some, right? I might need something right away. Okay, Amazon. But if I can wait, I'm going to shop on AI malls if they have the product available. And as long as it's competitive pricing. Why? Because that's a Web3 project. I, Peter Gantner, personally want Web3 to dominate. I want my cryptocurrencies to go up in value. How do I do that? I get more of my own dollars, the usability of it, going into Web3. And then when I talk to people about it, and they go, well, what is this crypto thing? Oh, well, it's some coins I bought. They went up 5x or whatever. No, I use a Web3 browser. I use a Web3 credit card that allows me to earn along the way. I shop at a Web3 mall. I use Web3 for this and for that. I have a Web3 retirement account, let's say. I've got to switch mine over. I don't have one right now, but I'm dang sure going to switch it over to a licensed 401k in the crypto space. Why? Because that's what I want. My desire is for the majority of society to be decentralized. And in order to do that, I, as an individual, have to stand up and say, this is my focus. Vote with my actions, not with words, or not with just, hey, I own a token, Hey, I bought big time 2 days ago. I didn't. Jan did. I saw this little dip in big time. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, but I saw a little dip in big time and said, wow, that's a good buying moment. I forgot to do it. Jan did. What are you at, buddy? 40, 45% today?
That's about right.
Yeah, about right. Yep, perfect. Anyway, just conversations, right? The kind of conversations that might happen on the yacht once we get it launched and get it ready to go. I just happened to see it and we were on a Zoom together and I just said, wow, I think I might want to buy some of that. Look at this. And Jan, of course, did his own research and put all that stuff together, right? And he decided to get in. Again, I forgot. But anyway, so guys, we're creating a YouTube channel. I believe we have an idea that will light up nexWeb3. We are 3 days away from the halving, 102 days. We just had the second biggest event in history happen yesterday with 11 ETFs being approved. We're in the right place at the right time. And I know some of you, maybe you put an hour a day or 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes a week into Web3 and into crypto. My suggestion would be to up that. Because where we're at right now, over the next 12, 18, 24 months, I believe, and I've listened to a lot of recordings, talked to some people, that this could be the longest bull run in the history of crypto to this point, which means we have at least 2 years. 2 years of watching this shift happen into what's going on. And I think when you hear what we're going to do Monday, you're going to go, oh, my grandma could do that. My cat could probably do it, right? If they have the money to get involved and move it forward. So, and I'm sure some people would probably have their cat do it. I don't know, right? Like my kitty made, $7,000 yesterday. So, you know, we are right there. I wish, it's so hard for me not to share it with you guys right now. But I'm not allowed. Jan won't let me. I'm sorry. It's Jan's fault. Okay. I would share it with you guys right this moment. But if I do, Corey, Sharona, Rhonda, Jan, they're going to be mad at me and I'll never hear the end of it. Okay. So I can't tell you. So stop twisting my arm. Stop trying to get me to tell you guys. Okay. I can see it over here in the chat. Please tell us, tell us, tell. Oh, no, I can hear it. I can hear you guys saying it, right? What the heck is he talking about? Monday night, pack out the call, guys. We are going to lay out something that I believe could be one of the most exciting programs launched, in a long time in the crypto space. Okay. So we're excited about it. Of course, you can tell I'm excited about it. ETFs, halvings. Oh my goodness. How exciting. You guys look at some of the tokens that we called. Now, I do have to apologize. We did a green screen on a token called Game. I'll pull it up actually. Here, let me share my screen. And we did a video on it. We didn't get it out to you guys fast enough for you to do your research on it. And I'll actually go look and see where it is. I already went ahead and took my profits out of it because it ran up and I knew it was going to come back down. Might be something that you guys want to do your research on. We'll put out a video on it too. But I'll give you guys a little bit of alpha here, a little bit of value here. And of course, you must do your own research. I am not even close to a financial advisor, right? My kids won't even take financial advice from me. What am I even worried about, right? I try to give them financial advice and they're like, Dad, what are you up? You don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, beautiful thing is, of course, I was in before this day right there. We see that this little bump right here, right? So I was in down here and we went up for this little ride and I decided to exit right about in here. And then it came back down into here. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get back in there and do a little bit more buying. So again, I do my own research. You need to do yours. So anyway, this is the stuff, guys. These are the projects that we're picking out that have a lot of potential. I probably should have been paying attention. I would have got back in here. I'd already be back up. That's pretty good. Another 20% right there would have been a nice little, or 10%, sorry, would have been, oh no, it's up 4 cents. Yeah. So 20%, almost 20%, 17, something like that. So, the information that we're creating through the channel, and of course, the people that are in nexWeb3 that have registered their NFTs, they're getting this a day earlier. So you might have already had the game one in time to do this if you were registered. I don't know. I didn't see when they put it up to the community. But if you're in the community, you probably, maybe could have got in here, earlier today before the rise. I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I don't know is true, but there's a possibility of that, right? I'll show you another one. This one actually went live today. It was, of course, early access yesterday. And this one I know that we posted it last night in the Discord side of things, right in there. So if you would have, had your NFT and all that stuff, that was down in here, guys. 23 cents, 22 cents, 23 cents. We look at that. We touched 41 cents here. That's pretty good. Coming back down, but if you know what you're doing, maybe you took your principal back out here and now you're in here and you're waiting to see what happens. So the access, the ability, the information, right, that you're going to take and do your own homework, it's all there already, guys. We've been keeping this moving for the last few weeks. The value is in the NFTs that we have, the Avagamis. However, we've just taken it to a whole nother level. I mean, just absolutely I would be shocked if, once we launch this, if within 6 months we don't have 50,000 members that are participating with us. Maybe I'm off by 1% or something. Maybe it's only 49,500 or something, right? But we'll see how it goes. But really excited. Can't wait to share it with you guys. We're in a great place, right? If you're on this call and you're in the space, you're in the right place, you have the potential to build massive, or at least a decent amount of digital wealth over the next 2 years. And as we get a bigger community, we understand more things. Did you guys see last night? How many of you guys were on Doug's call last night and saw that AI was able to call what happened in the last 24 hours? Even though these experts in crypto were like, oh my God, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go to $100,000 the next day. I saw ridiculous ones, right? Oh, within a short period of time, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. I don't know what it's going to do, but AI was able to call it for 0.5% from the bottom and 0.5% from the top. Well, NSI, as that AI is created, is going to, guess what? Start using that as its trading base, right? The algorithms that have already been built and the algorithms that are being done and the project that's being done, it will help make that piece of software that much more valuable for it to move forward. Take that with what we already have with nexWeb3, early access to the videos, being on the yacht. Imagine we were on the deck of the yacht and me and Jan were sitting there and I said, Jan, look at this. I got my computer up here. Look at this big time. Look at this dip here. Wow. I think maybe I'm going to buy some, because that's what I did. We were on the phone and I said, Jan, I think I'm going to buy some big time. I think it's right towards the bottom. I didn't tell Jan to buy it. I said I was going to. Jan took that information, and Jan, you went and did your own research, right, buddy? Made your own decision?
Actually, I'd already done it because we had been talking about it before. So it was really just a casual conversation.
That's exactly it. And that's what we'll do on the yacht. Peter and I'll just hang out on the deck with Corey and Jan, and we'll just talk about things. And, hey, you want to sit around the table and have a conversation with us? I'm more than happy to do that. Guys, this is how we're going to build value. By being, who was it in Think and Grow Rich that said, if he lost his fortune, he would go get a job as a busboy at the fanciest restaurant in town. And
Was it
while he was
Carnegie?
bussing tables, he would listen to the conversations of that the people were having at the table, because it was a for rich people, a restaurant for rich people, and rich people would have the information and they would have the insights into what was going on and how things were happening. And he could just take that information and he could rebuild his wealth. I believe it was Andrew Carnegie, but not sure if it was him or someone else that they talk about. And I got to go back and look in the book again and get that story. And it might be in another book that I read, but it's in one of them. So if somebody like that will go and sit and would get a job as a busboy, okay, this is one of the wealthiest people in the world saying, if I lost it all, it didn't say he'd go, hang out at the social, or here, or go to and reinvent. No, he said, I'm just going to go find information, because that's how valuable information is. There's a young kid. He's 26 or 27. Because he understood the value of information, today he's a billionaire. Started a company when he was 18 years old called Scale. Today, that company's worth $7.2 billion. He started when he was 18 or 19. Information. They say information is the new oil. I've told you guys before, Alex Becker, who is, his channel, and people follow him. He whispers something and it goes to the moon. 2 years ago during the last bull run, paid $130,000 for an NFT. What was the value of that NFT? He was part of an alpha group. So other people that held the NFT would share alpha with each other. So essentially, paid $130,000 to get information, to be able to have discussions. I don't see any of our NFTs being 130 grand, right? 1,400, 500, 1,000, but that's okay. On Monday, you're going to see we're changing that a little bit. Still going to have Abigamis, but how we're going to do this, I believe, is going to make it a no-brainer. We do already have that meeting set up, right? Six specific on Monday. Am I correct, guys? Wrong? Yes? No? Maybe? Is anybody else here? Is it just me?
Yeah, we're all here. I don't remember the time being specified. 5 o'clock would be perhaps better for people if just so
I
it's the
think
same
Jan was
time as
setting. Yeah, I think
these
Jan was setting it up. Jan, did we say 6
okay.
or did we say 5 with Jody?
My apologies. I was looking something up in AI for Think and Grow Rich. I didn't hear the original.
The meeting
I was
for
doing
Monday.
something else too.
Did we
Yeah, me
set it
too.
up for 6 or 5 on Monday?
Sorry, everybody's talking at the same time. The meeting with whom? Again,
With the
please?
community.
Okay. It's not set up yet, so we can still set it up for 5 o'clock.
Excellent. Let's do that.
5
5 o'clock
Let's do that.
PST on Monday. Be here, be square, or be here. And if you're not here, you're square. If you're here, you're not. I don't know.
Be there,
Anyway.
be square.
Yeah,
be
there
here.
you go.
Be
here or
orange
be
and
square.
round like Bitcoin.
This is why I have these guys around. They keep me straight. Be here or be square. Or be poor, maybe. Or poorer.
Oh, if you
Or-
be here, you're going to be rich. If you ain't be here,
Well,
maybe
I
not.
mean, you got to be here though, then take action afterwards. But that's okay. We'll take it with. You have a better chance of being rich if you're here on Monday. Than not.
Yeah.
If you're here,
We're
you're
like a
probably
blockchain.
going to be there.
Oh yeah, being square might not be a bad thing, like a blockchain, right?
Oh, see, there you
All
go.
that data in those blocks. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing. So anyway, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I want to say thank
if
you.
I can just tag along what you were talking about there, Peter, speaking of meetings. For folks who are partaking in the affiliate gathering on Fridays, we have to take, I know we just started up, but we have to take a hiatus from that. We just have way too much happening and going on. And so we'll let you know when we're going to resume, but there will not be affiliate training or gathering for the next Fridays or so. Okay, so
once we get this new program rolled out, guys, then we'll kick things back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
because
be
we'll
able to
have
buy more
something for
hours and make
people
the day longer.
to make things go. I
That's
don't know. I
right.
just get less sleep, Sharona. That's how I do it.
I do too, but I'm not sleeping at Fridays at 2 o'clock at Eastern.
No, we're busy working.
Yeah.
So it's excellent, guys. We're gonna make things rock and roll. What do you keep your powder dry or whatever? I don't know. Let's rock and roll.
Just making up sentences now.
I'm just going for it, right? We're just being as pithy as possible, right? As
I love it.
I'm channeling my inner yawn.
Hey,
Mhm.
all right.
All right, guys.
Peter, don't
hopefully you
forget
guys
to
are-
mention the big secret. Oh,
What's the
Oh,
big
don't
secret,
start
buddy?
him, Jan. Or Corey,
the
don't
one
start.
where
Don't.
and then we're just.
Corey just shared it with you guys. You know it all
Yep.
now.
Too bad he
There
was
you go.
breaking up.
All
You
right,
didn't
guys.
catch that.
Everybody have a fantastic weekend. Do us a favor. Keep watching the videos. It's working. Our channel's blowing up. We'll be over 200 new subscribers just in the last 2 weeks by tonight. And We're starting to click off 20, 30 subscribers a day. Eventually that'll become 50, 100, 500, 1,000, all because of your guys' help. I really appreciate what you're doing. I know it's self-beneficial, but I'm still grateful to you for doing it because, of course, you know, the bigger channel we build, the more influence we have, the more opportunities there are for our community members to engage and increase their digital assets, which we believe is the wave of the future. Not the wave of the future. It is the future. And I think the rest of the world will catch up on that here pretty soon. So thank you, guys. We will see you soon. I have another call to do in about 6 minutes. So I'm going to go off and do that call. And just thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks all.
Congratulations.
Congratulations for Monday and yesterday.